So you know that feeling when you're painting a mini and at some point you get stuck and then you don't know what to do next or what color you should be painting. I think this happens to everybody, and so that's what I want to talk about today. And so you'll look. So the next couple of videos are going to be filmed in this whole mess affair. I'm in a big crunch time for my miniature painting business, and sadly I need to slow down on the video production, but I'm still keeping up with my once a week schedule, and we're still going to keep doing the live stream. It's just I need a couple of videos that are going to be more talking head, less bombastic approach and showcasing. So we're going to be focused more on these quick tips for the foreseeable future. But then we'll resume our tutorials and everything. I had a bunch lined up. Okay, so enough of that. Back to the topic of this video. So what to do when you get stuck in a miniature, because this is very common. Like, it's a really cool thing that Games Workshop minis are so complex and they have a lot of details, but also sometimes you start painting and then there's just like too much stuff and you're like, there's so many things, and then what color should everything be? Or vice versa, you don't get stuck, you paint everything and you look at it and you go, wow, what a mess, because there's so many things going on, and then you're like, oh well, this don't work. So what to do and how to maybe avoid this. There's one big painter technique that's really easy. If you feel like you're always getting kind of stuck into your stuff, one easy technique that you can incorporate is called color blocking. So color blocking is essentially put one base color on everything. And so color blocking solves a lot of these issues, not because you're going to make all the wise choices, but just because they're very easy to fix. Whereas you put one base coat down on everything and you're like a little space marine, and then if you don't like one detail, well, it's easy. You just have one base coat to fix. Whereas if you paint, you do all of the efforts. You have a cloak, and then you do the super smooth shading and then super smooth highlight, and you have this sweet blend, and you're like, well, that cloak should not have been red, it should have been black or whatever. Then you have to fix, your base coat and then your shading and then your super silky smooth blending. And so it's a lot to fix. So color blocking, it does not really maybe prevent making mistakes, but it does make the mistakes much easier to deal with and address. It's much quicker. So that's one way where it's not really preventive, so to speak, but it's a good technique. Whereas, we're humans, and so if we don't plan on being perfect, it's easier, right? I'm assuming that I'm going to make mistakes, so I plan for it, and then the worst outcome with that is I didn't make any mistakes. So, yeah, good for me. So that's definitely one way that if you find yourself always kind of second guessing all your choices, this is a good approach, because whenever you decide that second guessing was the right solution and you try to fix it, it goes faster. So that's the first option. The second option is, again, I use color blocking a lot. I think it's the best way to figure out stuff, because I don't plan a whole lot, right? I'm not really one of the kind of painters that needs to plan every detail. I kind of go with the flow. I let the mini tell me what should be what. And so I get into these situations where stuff can be multiple things, right? I say this a lot of times in the lunch hammer streams that we do, where this pouch here or this belt, it can be brown, it can be black, and then what really should it be? And then you get into this situation of I'm completely stuck. And so what I do in those times is again, I use color blocking a lot, again, because it goes quicker, and so I plan for mistakes. But also I do the mandatory steps. What I mean by that is I put all the colors that are kind of forced into the mini. So for example, on a classic like Space Marines, you're gonna have the armor, and then you're gonna have the trim, and you're gonna have the chapter symbol, and then probably you have something like a purity seal or some stuff, or lenses, and then I do a base coat of all of that stuff. So all the stuff that's kind of it has to be this color, right? It's a non-negotiable, right? Like my Ultramarine guy, he's gonna have gold shoulder pad trims. There's no way around it. That's what it is. Or my purity seal is going to be purity seal color because it's a purity seal, and the sword's going to be silver. So all the stuff that's non-negotiable, you do that first, and so that kind of limits the playing field. Whereas if I had like a choice between something being silver or black, well, now I've seen that my sword is silver right next to it. Oh well, we should put it black so it's not like just a big bunch of silver. That's kind of probably my best trick, is like start with the non-negotiables and then work your way from there. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed and found this useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like me to talk about. I make all of these videos based on the questions from you guys.